This video and this channel is for the smart person who's not realizing their full potential, because there's a bunch of students out there right now who could be doing amazingly well, but they don't know that they have it inside them. They have this incredible talent, but it's unrealized. They need to put in the work. And so this is why you should lock in and how you should lock in right now for your UCAT. You have less than 100 days left. If you're doing an amazing job and practicing one set verbal DMQR a day, that means for most people, you have maximum 100 sets left. Are you at where you want to be? Are you at the 95th percentile? Are you at the 99th percentile now? Do you think you'll be there in 100 sets time? About 50? These are the questions you need to be asking yourself, because there's a lot of people, I think, who are definitely able to get the score that you need to get into med, but they're drifting right now. They're at the 50th percentile, the 70th percentile, the 80th percentile. There's still a big way to go. There's a long way to go from 80th to 95th and 99th. You're still stuck in the clump of people. If you've ever looked at a percentile graph, you'll see that the bell curve has a really congested area around the middle, and you need to become one of the outliers. So you've got to think, you've only got 100 sets left. It'll go quicker than you think, but how are you going to use those 100 sets? Are you just going to rush them through? Are you going to do half sets? Are you not going to practice on certain days? Because if that happens, you'll find it's very, very hard to jump that percentile. And you don't want to be still at the 80th or 85th percentile 2 weeks before your test, because then you're in really hot water. My advice to you, if you're capable, if you believe in yourself, if you really want to do medicine, and you really, really want it, you have to want it more than the person who's next. Because this is a game of percentiles. This is a zero-sum game, right? Every spot you gain, someone else misses out. So if you want to be the person who gets the great score, that sets himself up, that gets the interview, you've got to start now. And you need to reach that cutoff mark as soon as possible. And if you're improving, why aren't you practicing more? Go harder, keep improving. Push yourself until you can improve no more, until you go right to the very top, and then no matter how much you practice, no matter what you try, you can't improve anymore. That's your potential, that's your ceiling. You need to be at that level. And so it's good that you're improving, but you need to really push it, get to that level, become an outlier, be confident in your score, and then you have the power in your hands. If you're not improving, you have to change something. You can't just keep practicing and keep wasting days. You only have 100 left, and for most of you it's less. Change something, get some extra help, do anything you can, because the UCAT is the vital part of this undergraduate medicine process that is so often overlooked. For people who do a Year 12 subject in Year 11, your UCAT is worth more than the entire of Year 12, but you have no sacks for it, you have no warnings, you just go there on test day and sit it. Aim to be an outlier on the practice exams. Get to the 95th percentile now. Be confident in your scores. Push yourself and work hard. Because if you don't do it, someone else will. You need to lock in. The holidays are the best time for UCAT practice, especially since things get busy in term 2 with SAC week, and you know what it's like to balance Year 12 and UCAT. This is the time to do your practice, to get ahead and to make the improvement. Things won't magically change from now until testing day unless you do something deliberate. So work hard, push yourself, figure out where your limit is. Get help, set aggressive goals, and don't settle for anything less than you're able to. Become an outlier, because it's the outliers who set the bar, who get into med, and they're the ones who you'll find often get the high ATARs as well. I think you'll be hard pressed to find someone who regrets the super high UCAT score that they had. But I think you'll find many people who did really well on their ATAR and regret not putting enough in for their UCAT. I'll challenge you this. I know plenty of people who got 99.95 and 50th percentile for their UCAT, but I don't know anyone who got 99 for their UCAT and really tanked their ATAR. It's undervalued. This is the golden jackpot that so many people need to put them ahead, and you could be doing exceptionally well. Most people will not make the required sacrifice, but to be the best, to be in that top 5 to 10%, you have to sacrifice some element of free time, some element of Year 12 studies that gets you ahead. So my advice to people sitting the Year 12 now is get to the cutoff score as quick as possible. Try and be at the 95th percentile now, and then shoot higher for the 99th. What history has told me is that you will not regret your hard work, and the lessons you'll learn about working hard, about test taking and exam strategy, about managing stress, about organization, these will more than make up for the time you invested in the UCAT. And I think you'll find that people who do really well in the UCAT often do really well in the ATAR as well. If you need someone to be accountable with, if you need someone to set goals with, fill down the form below. I'd love to be in contact with you. Even for free, no charge. We can just be accountable and get you to accomplish the potential that you have. If you're feeling anything from this video, if you're feeling motivated, that will go away. Even if I've done somewhat of a good job, this is going to go away after a day or two. So don't let it die as a spark. You need to make that into momentum and then a movement. Plan ahead, be diligent, and consistency beats small bursts of motivation. All the best for your UCAT prep. It is the hardest test that I've ever taken, but what I will say is when you do the hard work, when you get the score that you want, and when you get into med, it'll all seem worthwhile. And you're investing in yourself, you're investing in your future. If you really push it now, if you do the very best, if you unlock your inner potential, there's a way you can construct your uni life where you won't have to work as hard as what you did in Year 12. The challenge is laid out. If you're smart, if you have the potential to sit the test and get the 95th percentile score, can you lock in? Can you get the work done? Can you be consistent enough to beat the pack? Can you become an outlier? That's my question for you.